Hello, dear friends. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Today, last video I talked about the 3 biggest, to me, red flags of narcissism or narcissistic behavior, toxic traits, whatever you want to call it. And I mentioned going no contact or gray rock in that video. And I just wanted to really follow up and explain a bit more about what both of those things are all about, how to kind of go about doing them, and how effective they are, and what kinds of things you're going to have to do to actually accomplish those. I just started using a new microphone, so hopefully the audio is a bit better. I actually did an unboxing of it on my other channel if you want to check that out, but hopefully it sounds a lot more clear and better. But anyway, going gray rock is, to me, the easiest because you don't have to cut off ties with the person. So it works rather well for family members, for that sort of thing. People like co-workers that you really, unless you quit your job, you can't get away from them. Because sometimes going no contact with a coworker is not really a possibility. Although in this time now where we have a lot of work from home, it's easier if you do work from home to go no contact with a coworker that, is toxic or has narcissistic traits. But gray rock is the easiest. It requires little effort, and you can still be in communication with the person. Really, all that it entails is not engaging with them. And by that, I mean, if they say, hey, good morning, you say, oh, good morning, and that's it. You don't say, how's the weather? How are you doing? You don't, try to engage them in any kind of conversation. It's just stick to the basics. You are going to, it's just facts, nothing but the facts. If they ask you a question, answer it, and that's it. Don't elaborate, don't go into detail. Keep it, if possible, keep it to yes and no kinds of answers. If they try to dig for information or anything, it's called hoovering, where they're trying to get you to spill the beans, tell them the juicy details and things like that. Just keep it very basic, yes, no answers. Don't go out of your way to engage them. If you need something, keep it very direct. Here's what I need, here's when I need it, that sort of thing. Say that you need to have them over, or I hope that you don't, but if they're a co-parent or something and they come to, say, a child's birthday party, let them know that there's going to be a party. Here's the date, here's the time, here's the location. That's it. Just keep it very simple, very basic. If they ask you a question, keep the answers as short and sweet as possible. Yes and no, again. Yeah. the less information and engagement that you can get with them, the better. And with both Grey Rock and No Contact, any other family members who are like this, if you come from a, narcissistic cult type family like I did, they're riddled with toxic folks. And you know that if you go, no contact with one person, that's why going no contact can be hard when it's a family member, because you're going to have to go no contact across the board, because they are not going to be able to deal with the fact that you are stepping out of the family. So Grey Rock is a little easier, like I said, for family members, for the coworker kind of situation. But again, if it's a family dynamic and you have other toxic family members, you're going to have to go Grey Rock with all of them, basically. Just know that anything that you tell one person is going to be broadcast to everybody. So if you tell, say, your sibling that you are going no contact with your other sibling or your parent, they're going to tell them. Unless they are healing as well and 100% on your side, they're going to tell them what is going on. Any information that you give the other person is going to be relayed directly to the person that you are trying to go no contact or Grey Rock with. Because that person telling them things about you is going to buy them favor with that person. That's how it works. So your best bet is just to go Grey Rock across the board. And it's because it's easy and it doesn't require like any no contact or anything like that. It's easy to do with everybody. It's just like they're going to think that there's something wrong with you. They may even ask, are you mad at me or something like that? No, I'm not mad at you. Just don't feel like talking today. You can play it off really easily and kind of keep yourself on the down low and out of their radar. And they actually, when you stop engaging with them and arguing or getting upset or anything like that, they actually lose interest with you pretty quickly. And they're either going to do one of two things. They're going to ignore you and leave you alone, which is the hoped for result. Or, and this usually happens the most with no contact, they're going to get enraged and try to force you into engaging with them, like, with an argument or picking at you or bringing up something that you did in the past or triggering something that's unhealed in you. And you will have to be prepared, because I haven't noticed it as much with Grey Rock, except for in the beginning, because when you're taking away a lot of power from the narcissist to push your buttons when you go Grey Rock. You're not reacting to them. You're just giving them basic information. They're basically bored. They're bored with you. And so if they are a certain kind of person, they will try to push your buttons even harder, or they'll just leave you alone completely. Hope for the latter, that they will just leave you alone completely. Now, what I noticed from going no contact, I did both. But I didn't go full no contact. Full no contact is deleting them from social media, blocking them from social media, blocking them from your phone number, your texts, all of that. That is full no contact. So be aware, if you want to go no contact and do it like fully, you're going to have to do all of those things. Blocking and you'll have to go beyond that person, usually into family members, siblings, yada yada, on and on, until nobody is trying to contact you. It is unless I say, and always do what you feel is right to you, I would say unless the person is really violently abusive or, dangerous, gray rock is going to work. But if they are not safe to be around, by all means, go no contact and cut off anybody that is friendly with that person, because they will come at you. They will send their flying monkeys, which is their, insiders, their people who are continually trying to get on their good side and will just completely go against you to get to that person's good side. They will send them after you, and they will probably start out pretending to be your friend. They will start out pretending to care, pretending to be concerned. They may give you a sob story about the person, that they're worried about them, or, that they're afraid they might hurt themselves, something along those lines, to try to draw you back into the drama. Because you have to stay in the drama to be a part of the family. And if you leave the drama, you might tell other people what's going on behind the curtain. And they can't have that. So they have to keep tabs on you. And if you go no contact, that's very scary. And you can guarantee that they are telling everybody in the world that will listen to them that you are a horrible, terrible, despicable person. And they will make it sound like the truth. And so you may lose some friends that are like mutual friends. And honestly, if they believe that person, lose them, get rid of them, block them. Just, it's not worth it. Anybody who is willing to believe a person who claims that you are a terrible person without, either knowing you that well or whatever, it's not worth your time. It's not. People are going to think what they want about you. Let them. Let them. It is not worth it. You can find anyone who is that close to somebody with toxic traits or narcissistic traits, not worth your time. Get better friends. If they want to say bad things about you, wish them well, wish them the best, and move on. It's not worth it. But yes, you're probably going to be on the bad list. You're probably going to have to block a lot of people. So those are the pros and cons kind of going gray rock versus no contact. This is not extensive by any means. This is my own experience. I dabbled with no contact, and I'm just not the kind of person who can go around just blocking everybody. I am trying to heal, and my situation was not dangerous. It wasn't, it was more like emotional and mental manipulation, abuse, and, I'm okay with going gray rock. Because even just going gray rock got me a lot of people trying to manipulate me and get me back into the dynamic, and, yeah, it's just easier to gray rock. I can control it better. It just worked easier for me. But if your situation is dangerous or anything like that, definitely go no contact, cut off all communication, block everybody that they know, including their family members. If it's a spouse or a boyfriend or a girlfriend, block out their family, because they're going to go to them and tell them all kinds of garbage about you. Probably isn't true, but be safe and just block everybody. you are not losing anything. Trust me. You can get better people in your life. And part of healing is to just get those toxic people out of your life. You know, let them go. They serve their purpose. Everybody comes into your life for a reason. They're either a learning experience or somebody who's going to be with you for life. And if they were a learning experience, take the lesson and let them hit the road. So let me see, is there any other tips that I have for either of those situations? With Grey Rock, when you're learning to control yourself, if you need to, bring up your boundaries. And if you say, like, you know, if you talk to me like this, I'm going to hang up the phone. Do it. You know, that's part of a really big part of going Grey Rock. If you tell somebody something, do it. Because if they are allowed to take one step over that line, they will just keep pushing until they're back to where they were. They want the relationship to continue the way it was. They do not want you to be in control of the relationship or the situation. So set that boundary and enforce it. You know, if you say, an example from my own situation, I said, you know, until you are willing to work on our relationship, this is all you're going to get from me. Which was basically Grey Rock. And I am sticking to it. I still stick to it. You know, I also said, if you know, do something that is hurtful, say something that is hurtful, say something that is manipulative, I'm going to end the conversation. And I do it. Just stick to your guns. If you say you're going to do something, then do it. You know, we can't control the other person. We can only control us. So remember that boundaries have to include something that you can control. If you call me a name, I'm not going to speak to you. You know, if you yell at me, I'm ending the call, or I'm walking away, or whatever, you know, you have to do. You're in control with boundaries. And they aren't set to punish people. They are set to keep yourself safe. That's it. They are set there to help you, not to do anything for the other person or hurt the other person. So, yes, boundaries are very important with both Grey Rock and No Contact. Of course, No Contact is 100% you. It depends on how far you go with that, you know, blocking them and things like that. Up to restraining orders, you know, if you're in a dangerous situation, definitely get a restraining order. So I hope this was very helpful for you. If you have any questions or want me to elaborate on anything, leave them in the description box and I will be more than happy to follow up and make another video about it. If I come up with any more insights about it, I will make another video about it. It is an ongoing process for me. This is a learning. I'm learning just as much. So I'm sharing the things that I've learned with you to help you on your journey. And I wish you all the best. Much love to you and enjoy the ride.